these guys are jazzed about it because they do it. It kind of looks like nothing, but it actually works really well, so it's surprisingly effective. We're going to do the T Kimura. Everything we've been doing has been working towards submission, whether I'm doing a standard Kimura, a one-arm Kimura like this, cross Kimura like this, Kimura plata like this, right? I'm trying to do an actual submission to my opponent. This is not a submission, this is a control position. So we're not doing a finish, we're just getting control over our opponent. I can get into this a lot of ways. I'm not really concerned about the entry for today, but there's a lot of ways I can start this position and get into it, right? This is a T Kimura, he's the bottom of the T, I'm the top of the T, right? If I try to go a turn position, maybe I try to take his back and his head pops out like this, I can still get back into a T Kimura, right? There's a bunch of ways to get into this, but we're just gonna start in the position for right now. We'll add in entrances, but you're not going to really want to try it if you don't know what to do from here. So my goal from here is to control his wrist, and then I control my own wrist. I don't have to grab it. I can actually turn my hand up or do this, right? I'm extending his elbow up and off the mat. My main goal is to keep his elbow from touching the mat. So I keep his hand in tight. I keep his elbow up high. So when he tries to turn into me, I can put him back down onto the mat. Okay? So I want to keep control this way. And from here, we can start to attack people. For right now, I want to work on the control where he tries to turn all the way up. He goes up to his knees, and I can try to put him back down onto his back. Okay? As he tries to get up, again, I can hold him down this way. Okay? So we're just going to work this back and forth on either side. I'm just getting some more grip. My partner turns up and into me, and I keep them down by keeping their elbow off the mat. If they can touch their elbow to the mat, it makes it a lot easier for them to start to get up. Okay? So we're just going to work this back and forth, get used to it. We're going to add in some attacks off of that. Let's try that T Kimura, back and forth. 1, 2, 3. Tight. Okay? I can also slow them down, so as they start to move, I can have a little bit more time to act. Okay? So we're going to go over top knee finishes, which are pretty straightforward, and also bottom knee finishes. So if he's down on the mat, I'm going to come through with my top knee. So if he tries to come up, and I put him back down, or if he does nothing and just stays down, I can bring my top knee over his head, try to get my elbow all the way to the mat, and get all the way back into my standard top side Kimura, okay? From here, he tries to come up, put him back down, I come up and over the top with my top knee, and then I switch my hip onto his shoulder here. I get his hand all the way to the mat, I go elbow to elbow, pull and finish. Okay? One more time. Comes up, I pull him down, pull him through, and get the finish here. Right? We also have fancy variations of Kimuras, but coming from the bottom to the top, like that. Let's work that top knee entrance back and forth. 1, 2, 3. Basically get into this, but once I've gotten to the position, I can control them. Okay? If they start to turn up into me, I can try to put them back down. If they just stay down, I have the threat of coming up and over the top, so people are going to stop just laying on their back and they're going to start to turn up and into me, right? If he turns away from me, it's very hard for him to move, right? If he tries to sit up, it's hard to move. So his main avenue of escape is to turn toward me, right? When he does that, he has to put his elbow on the mat, and he leaves a little triangle space for my bottom knee to come in. Okay? So now I'm going to do bottom knee entrances where my bottom knee slides all the way in, and then I'm going to start to use my other leg to try to get control. Right? The first way I can do this is to bring it to his hip and then start to elevate his arm off the mat and turn him back onto this side. My goal is to keep my foot up as high as possible on this side. The lower it is, the easier it is for him to hop his hips over and escape out that direction on his back. This, right? So, when I'm here, he turns up and into me, my bottom knee comes through, and then I try to turn him away and keep my leg up as high as possible, right? I can lock a figure 4 or poster him out, and then I'm going to try to make a switch all the way to the back, okay? One more time. Here he turns up and into me, bottom knee comes in, goes in the hip, and we turn up and away. And then from here I switch to the back, okay? Going from a T Kimura position and training with the bottom knee, training into a back kick. Let's try that one. 1, 2, 3. This, he turns up.
Part 4.
My bottom knee comes in, and then I try to go here, right? From this position, my goal is to get bottom hook control, right? For any back take, I would rather have my bottom hook in than my top hook. So the first one we did is turning my top hook into a bottom hook like this. Okay? But if he bridges really hard against this and doesn't let me turn him, his hips will start to come off the mat and I can turn this one into my bottom hook, okay? If he doesn't resist this, I should be able to roll him across my body like this. If he bridges super hard, his hips are gonna start to rise off the mat and I can bring my bottom hook through and stay on this side, okay? So small variation, but our goal is always to get a bottom hook in so that you can't just scoot his hips away. Bottom knee, top hook, I can try to turn him, and as he bridges, he makes space for my bottom hook to come through, and then I come right back to control there, okay? Let's do one more time. Okay, let's try that one. 1, 2, 3.